What's up? This is your man Dre Mack, and in this video, I'm going to ask the question: is District Attorney Alvin Bragg using dirty tactics to convict Giant the Majors? And has this happened before? You're not going to want to miss this video, but the real question is, all right, this breaking news is coming from all places, the Shade Room, but follow me on this one. It talks about Alvin Bragg, the district attorney who's prosecuting Giant the Majors. He reportedly prosecuted another successful black man for unproved claims of abuse. So what I'm going to do is read over all this information from you guys and let you know what's going on and then give you my thoughts. Let's go. Let's get into it. So the first piece of information is coming from Twitter account Drift, and let me just read. Came across the Adam Falls story recently. A black man and former Boston prosecutor that lost 6 years of his life to a false great charge with little to no evidence, and instead of dropping the case, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office pressed forward, knowing the harm that they were doing. While recently exonerated, very few of the news outlets that openly tore him down have cared to address the exoneration and fix the damage done to his life and reputation. These words from his attorney are very important in highlighting the trend that seems to be prevalent in Manhattan's District Attorney's Office. Hashtag believe black men. And if you guys have heard me talk, I don't do the believe all men, believe all women, none of that. I believe in the truth. And if this guy has been exonerated, why hasn't the damage been, fixed in this guy's life? Why did the district attorney for, Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, and his office pursue so hard in this particular case? Well, we have a familiar name in this case. Who was Mr. Foster's attorney? Giant the Major's attorney, Chandra Padre. So let's keep going. I am compelled to address several key aspects concerning the trial and acquittal of Mr. Adam Falls. The jury was unequivocal. In a poignant moment following the not guilty verdicts, jurors approached Mr. Falls and hugged Mr. Falls, wept for the nightmare he has endured, and openly questioned why D.A. Bragg would even bring such a case in light of the evidence. 5 jurors told me that having watched this trial, the evidence and the deeply troubling conduct of the prosecutor trying the case, they have become scared to know that this is what is happening in D.A. Bragg's office. This highlights the dissonance between the evidence presented and the charges pursued by D.A. Bragg. And today, jurors have become reaching out on social media stating that the accuser had no case and that Adam Falls' work in life was severely undermined by an unstable woman who retaliated after a breakup. They are wishing Adam Falls well and want to see him get back to his important work in social justice. D.A. Bragg completely ignored my outreach efforts because it was clear to everyone that this case should never have been brought due to the overwhelming evidence of Mr. Falls' innocence and total lack of credible evidence of the allegations. Twice, I made outreach efforts directly to D.A. Alvin Bragg prior to the trial, including sending a 8-page letter that laid out the overwhelming exculpatory evidence and critical problems with his office troubling conduct and initiating this case. D.A. Bragg totally ignored my outreach efforts and never agreed even to speak with me. Yet, in the wake of the trial, Mr. Bragg's comments to the Law 360 have unraveled a troubling stance within his office, which seems to prioritize the mere act of bringing a case to court over the quality and substance of the evidence. Following the complete acquittal of Adam Falls, D.A. Bragg maintains the defamatory narrative that this false accuser is a survivor. Survivors of sexual assaults deserve to have their day in court, and our prosecutors fight every day to center and uplift their voices, said the spokesperson for Mr. Bragg's office to Law 360. This statement, while noble in sentiment, raises questions about the disregard for the jury's verdict and the repercussions of proceeding with a case that lacks substantial foundation, therefore affecting the lives of those wrongfully accused. Media disparity. While initial reports of false allegations against Mr. Foss were widespread and vigorous, the news of Mr. Foss's acquittal had been met with a noticeable silence, save for the mentions by a handful of outlets. This selective reporting does not serve the public interest and falls short of the media's duty to report not just allegations but also resolutions, especially acquittals. The narrative around Mr. Foss's case demands a balanced examination, and we will urge all media outlets to fulfill their role in providing comprehensive coverage of the entire story while including his complete vindication. Now, this is something that we have seen and we have talked about in the Jonathan Majors case, that you have all this evidence that points into Jonathan Majors and points a different light now that we have all the evidence, like, you know, Stephanie McMahon Helmsley being arrested and charged, but not being prosecuted in the District Attorney Alvin Bragg's Manhattan office. Why is that? I made a video that talks about the unbiasedness when it comes to these DV cases, especially when you have someone so gung-ho on prosecuting big time names. Alvin Bragg has prosecuted Donald Trump and others. Now he's going after Adam Foss, which he did, and he was acquitted. And now we're looking at Jonathan Majors. And with all this evidence that leaned towards Jonathan Majors being innocent, all of a sudden you have a barrage of these news outlets that are defaming the name before we even go to trial. So what do you guys think? Is this dirty tactics that District Attorney Alvin Bragg is using? If he has done it before, which I'm saying now, if he's done it before with the Adam Foss's case, what makes Jonathan Majors any different? And he's a way bigger name than Adam Foss. And to any victim of domestic violence or any type of violence that has gone on, this is no shot to the real victims of those particular things. And like the letter from Chandra Padre said, we want to make sure that those people do get their day in court. But what you cannot have is a district attorney who is so gung-ho about prosecuting anyone, especially when the evidence is there to say the other, and then totally ignore the person when they're innocent. Let's make sure that we're doing what we got to do. And especially if you have people like this in office, this makes it worse no matter what color that they are. All right, this is your man Dre Mac. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all.